We're going to bring in just the right crew to start us off here. We have two of our NFL analysts, Emory Hunt and Danny Brasco. Gentlemen, always a pleasure. And I'm excited about the teams we're talking about today because everyone wants to start with the Super Bowl contenders. But there's some guys down the board, some teams, some things to be discussed. And let's start with the AFC East. Let's start with the New England Patriots. Emory, look, this is a team with the second shortest odds behind the Bills. Not to say that means a lot to win the division here, but Drake Maye, second year under center. Emory, what are our expectations? I feel like the people of America have a really high ceiling for this guy. What are you anticipating?
Based on who his head coach is, I'm expecting just a solid season, both statistically and also in the win-loss column. They'll get Drake Maye to play consistently solid football, efficient football. He'll be a game manager plus, which is all fine for an NFL team trying to find ways to win games and push this thing forward and try to win the division and get a playoff spot. Don't expect the crazy wowing numbers that we like to see around, different quarterbacks. If he plays efficient, trims the turnovers a little bit, they'll be in postseason contention for sure, but he'll have a solid season, no doubt.
Postseason contention. I like the little tease there. Danny, are you on board with Emory here? Are you with the people on the Patriots? What are your vibes here?
I definitely think that Drake Maye can continue to show improvements and growth. I love adding Vrabel to, his trajectory as a player. Such a great tactical game manager as Mike Vrabel. And you bring in Josh McDaniels, who's known for his ability as an offensive coordinator. He struggled as a head coach, but now you bring back that scheme. It's going to be some growing pains, I think, too, because learning a whole new system for Maye in his second year is going to be difficult. But he had nobody last year at wide receiver. Now you bring on Stefon Diggs, see what a big-time wide receiver can bring to that ability. And he showed a lot of intangibles that we really like to talk about, that escapability, that improvisational skill. Maye's doing things that guys, learn in their second, third year already in his rookie year. So I think he can continue to grow. And I think this Patriots team has some things to be hopeful about.
Well, let's go back to you, Daniel, on that with Stefon Diggs, because again, obviously an improvement here to that wide receiver room. Barr respectfully was in the basement. Still a guy coming off an ACL injury, one of the older receivers you're going to see. So, Danny, how much of an impact do you see Diggs making?
I think he could either be a key cog or a total distraction, Kens. I mean, this guy is already having some off the field issues. We see him partying on a boat with some substances. We're not sure what they are. So the offseason rumors come about how locked in is this guy? What's he going to bring to the table? You mentioned coming off an ACL injury. I think he can really add a lot to this team, but I'm hesitant to bet any of his props because that's always a tough thing to come back from. So he's one of the best route runners in the game. If he's in peak form, he's going to do wonders for Drake Maye, who I mentioned was throwing to Demario Douglas and Kendrick Bourne out there last year. Diggs can be huge for them in a Josh McDaniels offense, but how healthy, how locked in is he? That remains to be seen.
Fair enough. Emory, what are you thinking of his ceiling?
I think he'll be a good fit for him because he's their best receiver right now, especially on paper. And when you look at what they're going to try to do, they're going to try to run the football, play efficient, get someone that can get you ahead of the chains and move the six. That's Stefon Diggs at this juncture of his career. They are really good at tight end. There's still some questions around the rest of the receiving core, but him being the number one option is a good number one option to have at this juncture of his career for Drake Maye.
Here's where I get confused with at least with the odds makers. I'm a math girl. You guys know I like to make this make sense. We're looking at Drake Maye's passing touchdown prop of 19.5, but you see their win total at 8.5. And typically, if you're going to win 9 games, your quarterback's passing touchdown line should be at least 20.5. So I feel like it's hard to be on both sides of these bets. But Emory, how do you feel specifically about the passing touchdowns here with 19.5 for Drake Maye?
That's a great point you brought up because we know right now all the chatter around social media is about Jalen Hurts' touchdown passing number, right? But if you're playing efficient football, you're running the ball and you're winning games, no one cares how many passing touchdowns you have. And I do think they'll run the football a lot this year, try to minimize the reliance on a second-year quarterback. But I do like this number to go over. This is about the range we see Mike Vrabel's quarterbacks have. I know Tannehill had that one blowout year, but outside that, he was kind of within that 20 to 25 range for the most part under Vrabel. I think that's the mark we're going to see Drake Maye hit, so I like him to go over 19.5. I think 21 is actually the magic number for Drake Maye.
All right, Danny, what's your magic number here? What are you thinking on Drake Maye?
I'm with Emory. I think this goes over. He didn't even play a full season last year, only 10 full games. He had 15 touchdown passes with such a thin wide receiver core. So even just adding Diggs, Ramondre Stevenson is a guy that can use his catching ability out of the backfield as well, get a couple receiving touchdowns. So I think May adding Will Campbell in the draft has better protection now, and that's certainly going to aid him to be able to spend some time looking downfield, finding a receiver. So yeah, I think he can certainly go over this number and show those improvements. 19.5 is still too low for a guy that has the talent to be, potentially a quarterback that we're talking about in the next few years as a guy that's really coming up. So I like May this year.
All right. So interesting to know you guys are both on his over for passing touchdowns. Now let's go to that win total of 8.5. I didn't realize how polarizing this was. I was pretty passionate about the under. I think this team can still improve from the season they have, but hitting 9 wins seems a little optimistic to me. So Emery, what are you thinking on this win total now that you do like Drake Maye over his passing touchdowns?
I like the under. I mean, I think we are, as a community, are underselling how good the Jets are going to be this year. You have Buffalo right there. Miami always has a puncher's chance because of their ability to score on offense. Their defense may be a little bit questionable, but this is an improved Patriots team. It's just unfortunate they are in the AFC as opposed to the NFC, which is also improved. So it's going to be hard to come by 9 wins here for New England, but you can still see a team that's going to be in every ball game. They're going to kind of be like the New York Giants, be in every ball game, and maybe they can flirt with that 9th win. But right now, I'm betting 8 is the number for them, so I got to go under 8.5.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, their schedule on paper should look pretty favorable, like relative to the rest of the AFC I'm looking at here. But Danny, what are you thinking on this win total?
You're right. They have a top five easiest schedule. They have a stretch, I think, weeks like 5 through 9, where they have a cakewalk of some of the worst teams in the NFL. Titans, Browns follow each other. So they could get some soft spots, some wins if that Vrabel offense, or excuse me, that McDaniel offense and that Vrabel, under his leadership, they're making some big improvements. But you're asking them to go from 4-13 to 9-8. I don't think Vrabel buys you 5 wins in his first year right away. So I see this more as a 7-10 team, despite a very easy schedule improvements, but not quite 9, winning team over 500 trajectory yet. So they're a year away from being a year away. And I think this is more like a 7-10 team.
That's what I'm saying. Like this team can improve and we can be so proud of them without them being a double-digit winning team. Like that's a really big jump you're asking them to make. So I'm with you guys. I'm with the under here. As far as playoff contention here, now it's pretty pricey for them to miss the playoffs around -185. To make the playoffs +150, Emery, do you think it's worth the sprinkle on the plus money here?
Nah, you got to lay the juice. The AFC is too strong, especially going from west to east. And I think that's how you can label this thing. Are they better than the Bengals? Are they better than the Chargers? Are they better than even the Raiders? Those are the questions that you have to answer.
Fair. Danny, what are you thinking?
Agreed. The AFC West is so loaded. 3 teams could come out of that division to make the playoffs. So I'm asking to myself, they're not going to win the AFC East. Which wild card spot do they steal? I just don't see it. The AFC is too loaded. So I say they missed the playoffs.
Okay, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys. I'm a Drake May fan, but I feel like this optimism is a little too extreme right now. All right, let me quit forcing things to you guys. You guys tell me on this team across the board, Danny, what's a favorite maybe season-long prop that you like for one of these players?
My favorite player on this team is Christian Gonzalez. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the game, and I think that he can get 3+ interceptions this season. Excuse me, steal those receptions and take them away from the other team. He had 2 last year. He had 11 pass deflections. He's an incredible cover corner. Take a look at his PFF stats. And he was snubbed from the Pro Bowl. He was also snubbed from the top 10 corners list again this year. So he's already talking in interviews saying he has something to prove. Watch out for him to be ball hawking out there. I think he gets 3+ interceptions this season for some plus money.
I love it. I feel like our UFC guy, you're just bound for some of these defensive props here. And I know we'll have more coming throughout the season. Emery, take us back to our quarterback here with Drake Maye. I know you like his passing touchdowns. Do we like his yards as well?
Yes, at least 3,300 yards. I think he can hit that number. So he goes over his total. Travion Henderson is another guy that could catch a lot of passes coming out the backfield. In addition to Ramondre Stevenson, efficiency is the name of the game. I like him to go over his passing yardage total as well.